Good morning. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it. Well, let's start here in Genesis chapter 35, verse 1, through chapter 36, verse 43. Then God said to Jacob, "Go up at once to Bethel and live there. Make an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you fled from your brother Esau." So Jacob told his household and all who were with him, "Get rid of the foreign gods you have among you. Purify yourselves and change your clothes. Let us go up at once to Bethel. Then I will make an altar there to God, who responded to me in my time of distress, and has been with me wherever I went." So they gave Jacob all the foreign gods that were in their possession, and the rings that were in their ears. Jacob buried them under the oak near Shechem, and they started on their journey. The surrounding cities were afraid of God, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. Jacob and all those who were with him arrived at Luz, that is Bethel, in the land of Canaan. He built an altar there and named the place El Bethel, because there God had revealed himself to him when he was fleeing from his brother. Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died and was buried under the oak below Bethel. Thus it was named Oak of Weeping. God appeared to Jacob again after he returned from Paddan Aram and blessed him. God said to him, "Your name is Jacob, but your name will no longer be called Jacob. Israel will be your name." So God named him Israel. Then God said to him, "I am the sovereign God. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation, even a company of nations, will descend from you. Kings will be among your descendants. The land I gave to Abraham and Isaac I will give to you. To your descendants I will also give this land." Then God went up from the place where he spoke with him. So Jacob set up a sacred stone pillar in the place where God spoke with him. He poured out a drink offering on it, and then he poured oil on it. Jacob named the place where God spoke with him Bethel. They traveled on from Bethel, and when Ephrath was still some distance away, Rachel went into labor, and her labor was hard. When her labor was at its hardest, the midwife said to her, "Don't be afraid, for you are having another son." With her dying breath, she named him Ben-Oni, but his father called him Benjamin instead. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath, that is, Bethlehem. Jacob set up a marker over her grave. It is the marker of Rachel's grave to this day. Then Israel traveled on and pitched his tent beyond Migdal Eder. While Israel was living in that land, Reuben had sexual relations with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard about it. Jacob had 12 sons. The sons of Leah were Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, as well as Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel were Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's servant, were Dan and Naphtali. The sons of Zilpah, Leah's servant, were Gad and Asher. These were the sons of Jacob, who were born to him in Paddan Aram. So Jacob came back to his father Isaac in Mamre, to Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had stayed. Isaac lived to be 180 years old. Then Isaac breathed his last and joined his ancestors. He died an old man who had lived a full life. His sons Esau and Jacob buried him. What follows is the account of Esau, also known as Edom. Esau took his wives from the Canaanites, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, and granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite, in addition to Basemath, the daughter of Ishmael and sister of Nebaioth. Adah bore Eliphaz to Esau, Basemath bore Reuel, and Oholibamah bore Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. These were the sons of Esau, who were born to him in the land of Canaan. Esau took his wives, his sons, his daughters, all the people in his household, his livestock, his animals, and all his possessions, which he had acquired in the land of Canaan, and went to a land some distance away from Jacob his brother, because they had too many possessions to be able to stay together, and the land where they had settled was not able to support them because of their livestock. So Esau, also known as Edom, lived in the hill country of Seir. This is the account of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in the hill country of Seir. These were the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Esau's wife Adah, and Reuel, the son of Esau's wife Basemath. The sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Timnah, a concubine of Esau's son Eliphaz, bore Amalek to Eliphaz. These were the sons of Esau's wife Adah. These were the sons of Reuel: Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. These were the sons of Esau's wife Basemath. These were the sons of Esau's wife Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, and granddaughter of Zibeon. She bore Jeush, Jalam, and Korah to Esau. These were the chiefs among the descendants of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz: Esau's firstborn, chief Teman, chief Omar, chief Zepho, chief Kenaz, chief Korah, chief Gatam, chief Amalek. These were the chiefs descended from Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Adah. These were the sons of Esau's son Reuel: chief Nahath, chief Zerah, chief Shammah, chief Mizah. These were the chiefs descended from Reuel in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Esau's wife Basemath. These were the sons of Esau's wife Oholibamah: chief Jeush, chief Jalam, chief Korah. These were the chiefs descended from Esau's wife Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah. Thanks. These were the sons of Esau, also known as Edom, and these were their chiefs. These were the sons of Seir, the Horite, who were living in the land: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishan, Ezer, and Dishan. These were the chiefs of the Horites, the descendants of Seir in the land of Edom. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Homam. Lotan's sister was Timnah. These were the sons of Shobal: Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. These were the sons of Zibeon: Aiah and Anah, who discovered the hot spring in the wilderness as he pastured the donkeys of his father Zibeon. These were the children of Anah: Dishan and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah. These were the sons of Dishan: Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Keran. These were the sons of Ezer: Bilhan, Zavan, and Akan. These were the sons of Dishan: Uz and Aran. These were the chiefs of the Horites: chief Lotan, chief Shobal, chief Zibeon, chief Anah, chief Dishan, chief Ezer, chief Dishan. These were the chiefs of the Horites, according to their chief lists, in the land of Seir. These were the kings who reigned in the land of Edom before any king ruled over the Israelites. Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom. The name of his city was Dinhabah. When Bela died, Jobab, the son of Zerah from Basra, reigned in his place. When Jobab died, Husham from the land of the Temanites reigned in his place. When Husham died, Hadad, the son of Bedad, who defeated the Midianites in the land of Moab, reigned in his place. The name of his city was Avath. When Hadad died, Samlah from Masrekah reigned in his place. When Samlah died, Shaul from Rehoboth by the river reigned in his place. When Shaul died, Baal-Hanan, the son of Akbor, reigned in his place. When Baal-Hanan, the son of Akbor, died, Hadad reigned in his place. The name of his city was Pau. His wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Me-Zahab. These were the names of the chiefs of Esau, according to their families, according to their places, by their names: Chief Timnah, Chief Alva, Chief Jeheth, Chief Oholibamah, Chief Elah, Chief Pinon, Chief Kenaz, Chief Teman, Chief Mibzar, Chief Magdiel, Chief Iram. These were the chiefs of Edom, according to their settlements in the land they possessed. This was Esau, the father of the Edomites. Okay, bunch of names. Not too familiar with most of those names, except for in 36:16 we have Amalek mentioned. Rather, I guess, verse 12. Timnah, a concubine of Esau's son Eliphaz, bore Amalek to Eliphaz. So Amalek is a recurring tribe that does evil to the sons of Israel throughout a lot of Samuel and Exodus, and probably more than that. But, yep. So Jacob actually came back to his father Isaac and lived with him for a while. Did not know that. Hmm. So Rachel, when she was dying, named her son Ben-Oni, which means son of my sorrow. But his father called him Benjamin instead, which means son of the right hand. So, didn't want to call him son of my sorrow for the rest of his life. Okay, continuing on here. In Matthew chapter 12, verses 1 through 21. At that time, Jesus went through the grain fields on a Sabbath. His disciples were hungry, and they began to pick heads of wheat and eat them. But when the Pharisees saw this, they said to him, "Look, your disciples are doing what is against the law to do on the Sabbath." He said to them, "Haven't you read what David did when he and his companions were hungry? How he entered the house of God, and they ate the sacred bread, which was against the law for him or his companions to eat, but only for the priests? Or have you not read in the law that the priests in the temple desecrate the Sabbath, and yet are not guilty? I tell you that something greater than the temple is here. If you had known what this means, 'I want mercy and not sacrifice,' you would not have condemned the innocent. For the Son of Man is the Lord of the Sabbath." Then Jesus left that place and entered their synagogue. A man was there who had a withered hand, and they asked Jesus, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" so that they could accuse him. He said to them, "Would not any one of you, if he had one sheep that fell into a pit on the Sabbath, take hold of it and lift it out? How much more valuable is a person than a sheep? So it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath." Then he said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." He stretched it out, and it was restored, as healthy as the other. But the Pharisees went out and plotted against him, as to how they could assassinate him. Now when Jesus learned of this, he went away from there. Great crowds followed him, and he healed them all. But he sternly warned them not to make him known. This fulfilled what was spoken by Isaiah the prophet. "Here is my servant, whom I have chosen, the one I love, in whom I take great delight. I will put my spirit on him, and he will proclaim justice to the nations. He will not quarrel or cry out, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. He will not break a bruised reed or extinguish a smoldering wick, until he brings justice to victory. And in his name the Gentiles will hope." I don't know. So often, it, I guess, I hear so often the complaint from like atheists of like, "Oh, why doesn't God make his presence more known? Why doesn't he give us a sign?" kind of thing of of that he's God and you know show his power among us. And here you have Jesus, this interesting situation here in Matthew chapter 12, where he goes into the synagogue, and they come to him with an agenda. "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath, Jesus?" And it says, so that they could accuse him. And Jesus does miraculously and stretches out, heals the hand of the man who had the withered hand. And instead of like going, "Oh, wow, you're God," sorry about that whole, trying to condemn you unjustly thing, they instead decide to go the opposite route and plan to assassinate him. So it's interesting how we can let our hearts get hardened into believing one thing, despite all external evidence pointing in the opposite direction. Oh Lord, please help us not to harden our hearts. Okay, continuing on. Psalm chapter 15, verses 1 through 5. Lord, who may be a guest in your home? Who may live on your holy hill? Whoever lives a blameless life, does what is right, and speaks honestly. He does not slander or do harm to others, or insult his neighbor. He despises a reprobate, but honors the Lord's loyal followers. He makes firm commitments and does not renege on his promise. He does not charge interest when he lends his money. He does not take bribes to testify against the innocent. The one who lives like this will never be upended. It's only the righteous that can live on God's holy hill. Unfortunately, none are righteous. No, not one. But Jesus becomes righteousness for us. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so Proverbs 3, 19 and 20, because I accidentally jumped ahead and read like 21 through 25 yesterday. By wisdom, the Lord laid the foundation of the earth. He established the heavens by understanding. By his knowledge, the primordial sea was broken up, and the clouds dripped down dew. Cool. Well, thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Bye.